Today we shall see about the strategies of answering aptitude questions, SAT questions, standardized questions that measure your aptitude. We shall see the strategies that are very important. Before you go to answering the questions, you should know. And you have to have some kind of methodology or strategy or some kind of way to answer these questions. If you don't have the way, you are going to be in problem, in jeopardy. Which one and how can it be answered? Don't forget that aptitude is not a comparison of only one subject. Aptitude is a conglomerate. It's a conglomerate of so many subject matters inside, which means that you can find chemistry, you can find physics, you can find astronomy, you can find geology, geometry, mathematics, English, any kind of subject matter conglomerated inside aptitude. Last time I told you there are about many kinds of reasoning ability and exercises that can be standardized, and they come to you as questions in the form of SAT, in the form of GAT, in the form of NGAT, in the form of exit exam, or in the form of entrance exam for companies or for some kind of educational institutions. Today we shall see the strategies. What can you do before answering the questions? The first one is to understand. What does it mean to understand? When you look at the question, first you have to understand what was asked. You see? There can be some kind of, like, for example, 3 sentences in one question, 4 sentences in one question, or simply 1 sentence in one question. Or there may be no sentence in that question. There are simply algorithms or some kind of mathematical inputs inside. What you're going to do is you have to understand what was asked. To understand that, you can just simply translate that question into your own mother tongue, in your own first language. In that so, you can understand easily what was asked. If you cannot comprehend English, if you cannot comprehend the standardized test that was established by some sort of language, like for example English, if you don't know that language, and if you don't understand it really, you can translate it into your own first language and understand what was asked. The other one is, there is always an answer. You have to understand that there is always an answer, which means that there could be an answer, which is correct answer, or there could be no answer, or there are 3 answers. Anyways, there is an answer, right? So we can understand that there is always an answer in aptitude questions. As I told you, there could be 1 answer, 2 answers, or no answer, because no answer by itself is an answer for aptitude questions. For SAT, for GAT, for NGAT, and for other exit exam or entrance exam questions, there is always an answer, and you have to understand that. You have to understand always that there is or there are distractors. Distractors, like for example, which one of the following is not necessarily is a distractor? Which one of the following is only is a distractor? Which one of the following is to accept is the distractor? And there are several other distractors. You have to notice them. You have to understand that there are distractors, and you have to understand those distractors and what they stand for. The next one is translate, if needed. As I told you, the greatest strategy is to understand the question. If you understand the question, you answered 75% of the question. If you understand it, right? Understanding is the basic and the fundamental strategy of answering aptitude or standardized SAT questions or some kind of GAT or NGAT questions. Alright? So you have to translate it in your own language. If you know Arabic, for example, you have to translate that English into Arabic and understand what was asked. Alright? If you understand as the first language Amharic, as the first language Faraf, as the first language French, you have to translate that question into in your own first language in trying to understand what was asked. If you understand what was asked, that means 75% of the question is already done, which means you know what to do next. The other one is, as I told you, draw the picture in your mind. Especially, this is for abstract questions, especially for assuming decision-making questions and some kind of questions related to your logical reasoning questions. In that case, you have to draw the picture in your mind. What was asked? You have to connect the dots There are dots, you have to connect them. This one is that, this is the reason of this, that's the reason of why. Rationally, you can just draw the picture in your mind and connect the dots. That is the strategy. While you are reading the question, understanding the question, connect the dots, draw the picture in your mind. Then after, focus on the general idea. The general idea is not the only thing which is necessary in aptitude questions, because these are aptitude questions. They are not subject matter questions, alright? But also you have to understand the details, of course. The general idea one thing, and you have to understand, of course, the details also. The other one is eliminate the distractors, which means from the choice, not from the question. From the choices or alternatives given to you, A, B, C, D. First, get out of the, eliminate or get out of the distractors. Don't go right away to the answer. Okay? First, disqualify the distractors. Then after, you can go to the correct answer. By the way, there are no best answers. There are no best answers. There is only one correct answer or many correct answers in aptitude questions. In SAT or GAT or NGAT questions, there are no best answer. Which one of the following is the best answer? You are not going to be asked like that. You are going to be asked like, which one of the following is the correct answer? So you have to choose the correct answer, because this is aptitude, this is SAT, this is standardized question, reasoning question. There is only one question, one answer, or there are many answers, but correct answers. Alright? There is no best answer kind of question, because this is not some sort of subjective question. It has to be objective, okay? But the number of answers could be many, the number of answers could be one, okay? As a revision, today's lesson is about the strategies before we go to the practical application starting from tomorrow. So, the strategies, when you are encountering with me, I'll give you some kind of questions. Your strategy must be to understand the question first. Okay? What was asked, right? Then after, you have to understand that there is always answer. Means that there are answers from the list of choices, or there is only one answer from the list. But there is answer. Two answers, one answer, or no answer. No answer by itself is an answer for aptitude question, okay? The other one is translate. If you are not English, if you are not using English as a mother tongue, you are recommended to translate it into your own first language, into your own mother tongue, so that you can understand. Because we human beings understand the basic, fundamental aspects of life by our own first language, which is our mother tongue, okay? Naturally. So it's better to analyze it in your own mother tongue language. Translate. Then after, draw the pictures and connect the dots. Especially this is necessary for abstract questions, and as I told you, and logical reasoning questions. In that case, draw the picture in your mind. Then, not only simply draw the pictures, but also connect the dots, based on reason, the fundamental reason. The other one is focus on the general idea or about the question, and of course, the details. The other one, eliminate the distractors, the choices. Don't go to the correct answer. If it's not correct answer, that is a very easy question like that. We'll see that one also. But if it is sometimes some kind of challenging questions, eliminate the distractors first, okay? The ones which cannot be the answers, get them out. Then after, you can go to the correct answer, not the best answer. There is nothing called best answer. Thank you very much. Starting from tomorrow, we'll go to the practical application. I'll give you some kind of exercise you will do with me.